Hello, welcome back to the second part of day 6 of creation. Now, you may, if you haven't been following us before or following my clips in this segment of spirituality, spiritual awareness, you may want to watch some of the former videos in this series to be up to date. This series of this piece, this clip, is for humanity. Doesn't matter what your religion is, if you don't have a religion, if you don't believe in a creator, it's okay. I'm just giving you some input, and if it can be helpful for you, my pleasure. I just, there's so much negativity, so much, as they say, misinformation. I'm just a warrior, just giving my part to maybe give you a little bit of strength, a little bit of hope. And while we're here in this, on our missions, in this conscience reality that we know, we see with our senses and recognize, so that you can be successful in your life and maybe see life a little bit different. Now, we see that the world is, on the one side, there's a lot of negativity. People are being flooded with all kind of negative information or, like I said, misinformation. And on the other side, you have the so-called warriors that are big personalities in show business, in the music industry or whatever, who speak the truth. It's good to have these people out here. And they speak truths about the subject of who we are and where we are today. Check out this next clip real quick.
That's great. You were born that way. We affirm you. But if you say, I'm just a dude with male instincts, you're not affirmed. You're attacked.
Yeah, I mean, everybody doesn't really have to affirm you. If I wake up and say, I feel like a pigeon. And I want everybody to treat me like a pigeon. Some people may say, whatever, Q, we treat you like a pigeon. But some people may choose to be like, dude, no. That's your world.
Yeah.
I'm not part of it. And I have to be ready for that. It's a big world out here. Everybody doesn't have to adhere to me.
That's called narcissism, right?
Yeah, it seems like it. Seems like you're trying to bend the universe to your will. And it don't work like that.
Ice Cube points out the hypocrisy in identity politics.
There's a strong force of individuals that are reteaching what humans are and what humans are not. And there are even laws in Western society, at least, supporting this new trend of thought. Getting back into this day 6, we discussed in the last previous video this let us make man, and we understand or spoke on that this us, the participants in the creation of man, are the elements of what we are, the earth, or whatever. Okay, and on the other side, it's our creed. So the question is, now, are we the children of Adam and Eve? I mean, I believe I am, and I believe that most of you are as well. But there are those in science, some in science, not all. You can read a lot of science journals and science professors who say, wait a minute, we've been talking about evolution from primates or the monkeys or stuff like that. Ain't happening. But, like I say, we can, I say, go back to the lineage of Adam and Eve. Now, that is a universal name given, no matter what language you, or culture, country, or even religion you source. Those are the names. They're not Robin and Christine or whatever. They're Adam and Eve. And even the name Adam, the original language, fits pretty much to the meaning and description of woman. I will get a little into the part of the author and speaker of this information. The creator, we humans call God. I'm not going to get into a definition of what God is at this point, but the part of God we are in its image. And for sure, a lot of you are saying, why is he saying it instead of saying his? Well, according to the information that I have for the last 62 years, and my logic says God wasn't a him. If it's a him, the question is, does he have blonde hair, brown eyes, blue eyes, green eyes, a large nose, a thin nose, freckles, fat, skinny, muscular? And the even bigger question in this, that's the man's side. What about the woman? So if God is, we're the image of God in this material, so God has to be somehow half man and half woman? I don't know. For ancient times, some cultures believe themselves to be gods. There were people who believed in the sun, the moon, trees, water, like the River Nile in Egypt, wind, like a lot of European, the Nordic cultures, the Vikings, or what have you. Or there were even a pantheon of different gods, like in Greece or Rome. I have a question. Do you believe that you have a soul? Of course, you cannot physically see a soul with the naked eye. But there have been many people who have seen the souls of their departed loved ones, different occasions. So the soul, as we say, or as we say, the breath of life, is the godly part, or from our Creator, which is in us, in animals, and in plants, and everything else in the universe. And that extra dose of godliness in us is our higher level of intelligence. We can also define the soul as energy. Remember the first clip? Light is energy, Einstein. Now, the ancient text of history shouldn't be strictly literally understood. You can read it either in German, Arabic, or English, whatever. The subject of physics, or astrophysics, or metaphysics. When you look at the numbers, the letters, and the symbols, you recognize them, but if you don't possess the knowledge on the subject, well, we just stay lost. The owner's manual, or Bible, sometimes tells a story, but it isn't a storybook. Alone, its original language, as I mentioned, is a study for itself. As I mentioned before, I'm not here to convince anyone to believe in a specific direction, belief, religion, whatever. But just like you have a user's manual or a slip of paper in a package or a product, which gives you instruction on how to use the product, it's like a car. When you first buy a car, you have a user's manual. If it's a benzene car, you shouldn't put diesel inside, or vice versa. So, it tells you about how to use the product, properly, and the warnings of what the consequences are when you do not use it. In the ancient text, the Bible, like I said, I'm no preacher to, preach anything. I'm just telling you the basics. The Bible does the same. So, there's a code of humanity. You don't, steal from another person. You won't kill another person. So, that comes from the original text of the Bible. Okay? Tells you how to be good to yourself and all these other things. So it goes deep in some areas, but we're just talking the basics because, like I said, I'm going to, in my spiritual awareness, I always start from the beginning. That was creation, like I said on my other videos. And we were at, how do you match up the times of 6 days with the over 14 billion years, which is proven by science. How does that match up? I've spoken about that in the first clip, so you can go back and take a look at that. But this all affects us. That's why we in humanity have also man-made laws. Okay, I mentioned that as well. There's laws, let's say traffic laws, and how fast you can drive and when you can turn right on red and all these other things, and we do follow them. And those are man-given. So man or woman is, a partner in the creation of ourselves. Also, let us make man in our image. Okay, there wasn't a man and woman yet in the very beginning, but now there is. So your mother and your father are the partners in life. Like I said, XX, XY chromosomes come together, and we men define the gender of the child through our sperm cells, and the ladies with their egg cells capture it, and baby will turn into an embryo, and here we are. And as I mentioned before, I'm 62 years old, and I've been blessed with children and grandchildren. And I have experienced the development of my seed in the mommy's belly and was present by every birth. And sure, the doctors are a blessing with all of their given knowledge. But in the end, it is the Creator that makes it all happen and completes the process of us being made in their, or it's in their image. We're going to move on to the next subject, and we'll just stop for now. That's enough for you to digest and maybe think about, maybe resource things on your own. Get into, ancient archaeology 2,000-3,000 years ago. You hear everybody say, what does that have to do with me today? Believe me, your elites in the world today, they are fully informed and they know to use certain ancient knowledge to manipulate the crowd, their sheep. That's another thing which the Creator said. He said, by making man or woman in the image of God, gave us free will, gave us intellect, and gave us the power to rule the earth over the all which is here, the fish, the birds, the animals. Not to misuse it, but to rule. Now, there's nothing against people ruling over something, other people, but even the ruler has an even higher standard than its subjects. You cannot rule and abuse. We are all kings and we are all queens. Well, I'm not a queen, but you ladies out there. So think logically, think about all what's going on in our society. Think about where you have come from, what you are here for. It's not just to hear and twerk the booty or get floated with alcohol and just gaga through life. There's a reason why we're here. There's a mission why we are here. You have your mission, I have mine. I hope you fulfill your mission, stay healthy, stay wise, and I'll see you on the next one. The next clips will be coming soon. Until then, maybe enjoy some of our past clips. See ya.